We're the Bucket Weavers, and this is our textile bucket.
So this is the textile bucket, and first, my name is Jocelyn, and first we defined the problem, which was we needed a portable, leak-proof, durable bag, and then we researched the materials that we were going to use, and according to the different fabrics, the hydrophilic and hydrophobic fabrics, which one was best for the prototype. And we then started to create our prototype. We ensured that our design met specific requirements, and supposed to hold 1 gallon of water, and it's supposed to hang from a hook, and it should be at least 50% fibrous free, and no harmful chemicals should be used, and it should not exceed the height of 30 inches.
We continued the engineering design cycle by brainstorming. So we decided what fabric we wanted to use, and we looked at our textile structures of braided, woven, and knitted. And we decided to use a woven textile structure because it has low permeability compared to the knitted fabric. So we thought that would mean less water would leak out. And so after we brainstormed the fabric we wanted to use and the design we wanted to use, which we decided to do the tote bag shape because we thought that that would be effective for hanging it according to the criteria for testing our project. We moved into implementation, so we sewed the bag with a double-lined thing. So the outside is the tote bag, and the inside we have the beeswax coated liner. And then we tested it by using the same criteria that would be done at Fed Day by pouring a gallon of water into it and seeing how well it could go for a minute without leaking.
Hi, I'm Layla, and I sewed our tote bag. We decided on the tote bag structure because it seemed the most optimal design as it was the most easiest to sew from scratch, and it can be easily collapsible and portable. And our tote bag is less than 30 inches in height, and that includes the handles. And another one of the constraints that it follows is that we made sure that we could compact and shove it into a 6x6 box with a lid that's completely closed.
Hi, my name is Amory, and I'm here to talk about our design. So our design contains a double lining, which the inner lining containing a layer of beeswax and flex caulk to act as the hydrophobic layer to prevent any leakage of water. Our entire bag is made out of cotton fabric, which contains a woven structure that has low permeability and great strength. We melted the beeswax using a double boiler and then poured the hot wax onto cotton fabric to create the inner lining. And then after the beeswax hardened, we surrounded the inside of the tote bag and attached it with safety pins and flex caulk.
Hi, so we have finished our presentation, and so now I have some questions for our team. So what design challenges did you encounter during the project, and how did you address them?
So during our project, we had problems with the beeswax cracking, and we decided to address that using caulk. And we just Ella here stuffed a whole bunch of it at the bottom of our bag to cover up our gaps. And it worked pretty well. So yeah.
I would say that the testing it this time with the caulk, it lasted a lot longer, and it only leaked in like one place on the bag instead of before when it was coming out of like multiple places. So next question is for Jocelyn. Reflect on what you would do differently if you had to do the project again for like future freshmen.
So for future freshmen, I would communicate more with your teammates early in the process. Have a strict schedule and do some research on what your project entails, the constraints, and research the different projects and make sure you have a solid understanding of what you need to do for the project. And that's what I recommend.
Thanks for watching our presentation.